Many people say, oh, you lost so many times, give up. I don't have the personality. I don't have the charisma. The Mr. Chiam legacy. We don't want living on voucher, CDC voucher.
For years, 60 years, you have one major power in the parliament and then they go unchecked.
Tell the PAP, look here, this Singapore belong to everybody. It should be inclusive, have a diverse voice, and not every time got problem, increase tax. Every time got problem, impose new charges. That one, the brain must go and adjust a bit. Right?
So could you show us your Rizz?
No surrender?
Wow! Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. We have the SDA, Singapore Democratic Alliance, here with us today. Hello, how are you?
Hello, thank you for your invitations. We are very excited to be here.
All right, so let's kick things off.
Yeah.
So Desmond, could you tell us more about yourself, especially to the younger audience who might not know who you are?
Okay, I'm a simple man. I'm a doer and not a talker. And I believe in actions. And action that we've taken must be always benefits the majority communities.
Right.
And not personal ego.
I see. So what's your personal background like?
Okay, I am the engineer
Oh,
in one of the telco company for nearly 30 years. And I myself, of course, when I grown up, the kind of environments that actually make me like to think of something new or more creative to survive. For example, this whole street, there's gambling them during the time, and they every hours they are praying, offer the fruits, and they throw away. Right? And during that time, Singapore and Malaysia is $1 to $1, and there's senior roads, a lot of tourist bus from Malaysia. So what I did was I pick up a pack in 4, and I go and sell, and that's how I can actually lighten my family's, my parents' financial load, financial burdens.
I see. So then, what inspired you to transition from, being an engineer to politics?
This is a joke for me because it's by accident. Because during my early day when they say party, then we will go to the HDB and you have all the disco light. Party. But then on one day, I was working in Hyatt. So my colleague said, Desmond, come, let's go for party. Well, okay. Right on his bike, and then we go. When we reach Taman Jurong, it's a HDB also. Yeah, HDB, okay. When they open door, in front, outside the door, got a lot of shoes. I said, party. Open the door. It's all the senior guys sitting at the hall. Mm-hmm. And very serious. And I know disco light. I say, hey, it's Mr. Amiruddin. Din, where is the disco? Disco light with all the senior men? No, it's a party meeting. So then they close the door and I'm there. That's where I started my politics and with Singapore Justice Party.
Right. Interesting. Yeah.
Since I'm there, I have to accept because maybe for me to be there is a purpose for me to be there.
Right.
I see. So, what were the challenges that you faced, during your time as an engineer as compared to now in politics? Like, are there any similarities or what are the differences?
Well, as engineers, we involve from raw scratch, and then we talking about planning, design, and after that we talking about implementation. After implementation, we make sure that it can operate, function, and maintenance. So the whole process is all by sequence. And same thing in politics. No shortcut. No shortcut. You have to follow the sequence. If you want to gain the trust of the people, then you cannot be not being seen by them or not connected to them. So you have to be there, and show you are always there and very consistent and connected and build the trust.
Right.
When you build the trust, it's indirectly empower them to share with me, are there problems? Are there concerns? So it's not so cut. And that's why we did not hop here and there. Despite many people say, you lost so many times, give out. Why you continue? Look at Mr. Chiam. How many times he have been contest and finally he won Potong Pasir.
Yeah. True.
It's all about connection, consistency, right, and compression.
I see. So then what is your personal commitment or promise to the people who are voting for you?
First of all, I already put in actions for nearly coming to 30 years in politics and also serving in Pasir Ris since 2006
Right.
till now. Not only election time, before and after, and been serving them through charity organization which I found. And why it was not using our party logo. And the people say, hey, you should have used your branding, no? So people know that you are helping them. No. For us, is politics. Charity is charity, but those, they are almost the same as helping people. But here, politics, people would like to affiliated or loyalty to them. They may not want to your help. But charity, if you're separate from politics, those who really need help, regardless they affiliated with any political party, they need, we can help them, and we don't get that in debt to us. Right? And that is truly what we can help everyone. It's inclusive, and we live by the value of SDA.
I see.
Right. Okay.
So then what motivates you to keep going and not back out, because you've been in the political scene for a very long time?
First of all, let's give a recognition to Mr. Chiam, that Mr. Chiam legacy. SDA is a Mr. Chiam legacy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And this legacy is worth to uphold for the next generation like him come in and continuity. Right? What is so good about this legacy? First of all, service before self. And this was from him, service before self. And because I was with him for 14 years, he always say, whatever you want to do for the people, and you must make sure that the people always benefit before you. Right? Example, last 2 weeks we were in Pulau Ubin, and instead of I make one trip together with my political capacity to go and visit the resident, I break it in two visits. The first visit, because I knew that the islander most are aging. What they need? Healthcare, right? And some have chronic disease. So I organized my medical team to visit them and provide free medical check-out and treatment. Right? Okay, this what we did by action, and provide service to everyone, and this is called inclusive. Because there are villagers I support PAP and no problem. We will still come. We'll come. Then the following week, I went there. It's under the SDA, right? And I go there. Hey, how can this and that, right? So that this is a thing that we should do. That we help people. We should not make people felt in debt to us. Right? And this was also practiced in Potong Pasir. You can see Chiam See Tong, right? Very popular. And that time was elected under SDA. He can easily put SDA Social Welfare Fund, right, to gain political mileage. He did not. We call it Potong Pasir Welfare Fund.
Right.
And I'm the secretary of that welfare fund.
Okay.
That's nice.
And then people from supporting Sito came, we give them the $300 grants to help them to pay the bill.
Right.
And they say, hey, I support Sito now. No problem. Whoever you support, you are a Singaporean, you are a Potong Pasir resident, you need help, we help you.
Okay. Okay. How about you? I mean, can you tell us more about yourself, and what makes you want to join politics at such a young age?
So I'm
And how old are you?
Yeah, so my name is Toby Cai, and this year I'm 32 years old.
Okay.
So my decision to join politics is similar to the values of SDA, right? So I think I wouldn't join if I felt everything was correct at this moment, right? So I'm pretty much very worried for this generation and the future generations.
Right.
And then I decided to step up because in my capacity, I feel that I can contribute more. So previously, I was working in corporate sector for about 8 years. So that includes holding positions in global and local MNCs.
Right.
And I also have regional and global roles within them. So I was working as risk management as well as consultant.
Right.
So I feel that, having experience in the private sector means that we are able to, or at least for me, I'm able to come into parliament and to improve the efficiency of the government. Right?
Okay,
Because I
right.
feel that over years, 60 years, you have one major power in the parliament and then they go unchecked. And in this case, that you realize that the agencies are getting bigger and bigger, and then you just simply have jobs that is overlapping, and then you see two people doing one job. So it kind of, I believe that if I am able to come into parliament, I'll be able to offer some advice as well as to cut down on the spending for the government, and in return, residents or Singaporeans can expect to get lower tax, or they won't be taxed so much.
Interesting. Okay, for Desmond,
Yes.
as the SDA has been around since 2001, and you have been contested in every election except I think 2011. Yeah,
20.
where you stood as a
yes.
solo
Yes,
candidate.
correct.
So, what do you think are your chances this time for this election, and what are you doing differently this time?
Okay. First of all, for 2011, it was actually by die must go. Because I'm the chairman of SDA, and I have nobody who wanted to go into three-corner fight.
Yeah.
But reason of why we go into three-corner fight is not we go into other people's territory. It was Bongo is carved out, and people just parachute in, and because they are bigger than us. But as a Singaporeans, as a soldier, even that you are the only one left, if your territory, you have to defend, you have to defend. 1. 2, as I again, SDA is the Chiam See Tong legacy. It's no longer a personal ego. It's a duty.
Yeah.
If I don't face it in 2011, 2015, because Singapore politics in the early days until today about personality, right? I don't have the personality. I don't have the charisma.
Yeah.
But how to uphold and keep Chiam See Tong legacy, to wait for a right person to come in. Then we have to participate.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So, okay lah, go through, and that's proven that I'm right. SDA are still around. And talking about strategy, look here, it's all about the people. It's all about people. You can see around every time election, the first thing that any political party put out is the candidates. But we don't do that. We live by our principle, service before self. We highlight the people problems, the issue that people are concerning on our poster, right? We tell the people, these are your problem. We understand your problem.
Right.
Next, we put up the poster of the candidates, and these are the people. It's your servant. It's your voice. If you put in, they will vote for you. That is our strategy.
Okay.
And we live by principle, service before self.
Right. Okay. Okay, then before I'm going to ask about that eye-catching neon green T-shirt, I'm very curious about your logo.
Yes.
So that actually looks like an Audi with a star on top. So are you an Audi fan, or
No. Okay.
why not the Merc or BMW on?
No. What happened was, when we formed this alliance, there was a coalition of 4 parties, right? The NSP, SPP, PKMS, and SGP. So this 4 ring is actually represent these 4 parties.
Right.
As for Star, Mr. Chiam wanted to link with SPP logo was a star, right? So that people were able to connect.
Right.
That's for political reason. Actually, the ring is interconnection.
Okay.
But after Mr. Chiam left, we received a letter from Audi that we fill out
I see.
the copyright, so we have to detach the ring. So this is how the logo come up.
Right. That was the story. What kind of message you want to send in regards to your T-shirt? I mean,
Super
It's
electrifying
it's
colours.
so eye-catching. You can't miss it, even from afar.
Yeah.
And also people have been dissing, but they don't
And it's
understand.
very safe to walk at night. The cars can see you, the drivers can see you.
Right.
Yeah, we have to keep ourselves safe so that we can actually help others. Right? So, look, during from the late LKY, he very particular on greenery, and that's why Empire is under him.
Right,
And we Singaporean was that time the population is not that large. We actually living in a green land.
Yeah.
Right? And also we are not that stressful. Our parents got 4 or 5 children, they still can bring them. Right? Today, one children also struggling. No matter how you're struggling, money not enough.
Yeah.
Right? So our greenland is no longer greenery. And today, and we Singaporeans are true blue Singaporeans.
Yeah.
Right? And now we decided to change the green to blue because we want all Singaporeans. It's time to change. It's time to come forward and take your rights. Tell the PAP, look here, this Singapore belong to everybody. It should be inclusive, have a diverse voice. The person are very successful or less successful or lower income or higher. They must be represented and being heard. And it's inclusive society.
I see.
So we decided we will change to blue.
Okay.
And the true blue Singaporean is going to come out this election
Right.
and tell everybody, let's come take back the right of the Singaporeans and protect
So it would be a
ourselves
darker
and our
shade of
future.
blue or lighter? Because WP is
maybe.
also having a blue
Navy
colour.
blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway, this true blue Singaporean, there is nobody have the exclusive right.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah.
We are all Singaporeans. We are true blue Singaporeans. Right?
Okay, as we understand, it's quite a new district for you. I mean, you guys. The reaction from the residents in Loyang when you conducted the walkabout,
Yes.
how was the reaction?
Okay.
Was it positive or negative? Yeah.
Well, first of all, Loyang was new to us, and that is why immediately we go and try to find out, to understand their concern and what they need and how we can serve them better. Right?
Okay.
So when we went there, definitely we have to build rapport. You cannot be stranger coming, hey friend, no, cannot, right? So we are doing build rapport and we explain to them what can we do for them. It's not what they vote for us. No, what can we do for them and what they want to see. That changes
Right.
not only in parliaments but in their living environment. Imagine Loyang for that whole private estate of no single hawker center or wet market. You go to Changi or go to Loyang point, right? They actually deserve to have this amenity.
Okay. So what's their feedback from them? I mean, are they receptive?
Of course,
Yeah.
today people travel a lot, surf internet a lot, social media, and they're more aware. Accountability, transparency, and responsibility is very important.
Right.
It's very important right? And these are things that today that I think there's a lacking in parliaments, where that's why the change of constitution, the change of introduce of policy have been passed so fast. And we want every Singaporean for this round to put in 1/3 of the alternative party members in the parliaments.
Right.
I see. So now we have a very interesting question for the both of you. So could you show us your Rizz?
Surrender?
Do you know what Rizz is? Could you make a guess? Okay, I'll spell it out for you. RIZZ.
Oh. No, I don't have any.
No clue.
I know
got
what it is.
to-
Like an aura kind of.
Oh yeah, aura.
Come on, I'm not that old.
That's why I have a younger generation in our team. I got to learn to connect with the younger generation because the thing is that, again, why our team consists of older, elderly candidates, and then it's me next older. Then we have the younger Gen Z. Then we got Harbin Singh. Unfortunately, actually, I felt upset for him. For 100 days ago, he had fell and then he got amputated his leg. But doesn't mean that you're handicapped or you can't serve. Right? He had a heart.
Yeah.
What the idea and quality of why we choose people to be our candidate. First, he must be approachable. Secondly, he must be committed and believe in community service and serving the people, and align with our SDA value. Right? And we won't say that whether you are younger or you're older, but if you believe in that value, I believe at the end of the day, people will benefit through your action and involvement.
I see. So back to the question
Yeah.
about Rizz. So you mentioned aura. So it's kind of similar to that. So how about you try to define what Rizz is?
So I mean, Rizz, I see some videos where it probably just like aura or just trying to act cool.
Act cool, okay. Something along those
Personality
lines.
like that.
Yeah.
But, we are very honest people. So
So Rizz actually, it's like a Gen Z slang. So it stands for like charisma. So it's like what you do to, attract attention to yourself. So how about the two of you give that camera over there the pose that you think will attract the most attention? It can be a peace sign or like rock sign, anything.
which
This camera over here,
this
just give it a go.
Give it a go, come.
Yeah.
Okay. You want first?
mine is just a peace sign.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
How about Desmond? Wow. Wow.
It's like a K-pop.
Yes.
K-pop.
K-pop, yeah.
But yeah, it's quite fun.
You must have a heart for the people. Anything you do, big or small.
That's nice. All right, so moving on. So for Desmond, I have a question for you. So what are your strategies to resonate with the residents?
As I mentioned, our poster is actually carry the concern of the residents, and this poster, how we derive and design and decide to use the poster, like example 2020, our senior deserve to live retirement with dignity, not today our senior at age 70 also still got to go and collect braids and all this. I think this is something is not right where your country is so rich, right?
And sometimes the reaction from some foreigners when they saw such a
Yes.
problem, they are quite appalled about it, and such an old age, and
Correct.
still have to clean up the plates and all this.
You're right, absolutely right. No, it's not right. Something is not right. Something is not right, right? We put up the poster, and the other one is the sandwich group. Today the problem is still 2020, 2025. So you don't tell me about long-term solution. 15 years. I think I tell you, now giving voucher is a short-term solution, which we don't want. We don't want living on voucher, CDC voucher, and that should not be the way. And it's again the late LKY philosophy and principle that Singaporean all rely on the country to give them something, or look out for something for the country to give them to pass through the kind of living expenses. It's very sad. Honestly, it's very sad. And we should, that is the reason why we should have other party to be multiple party. Don't two-party system. Multiple party, when in diverse view, right? And share that, because they are from diverse segments. Share, and we all sit together and make the policy even better for our people. Right? Not one-sided. Say, hey, this is good, but what? Not forgetting the role of an opposition MP. First, check and balance to make those in power to be accountable, transparency, and responsible for the decision they make, because they affect our life. Right? Two, we have to be amplifying the voice and make the ruling party heard that and adopt a more innovation and responsive way to solve the problem, and not every time got problem, increase tax. Every time got problem, impose new charges. The ERA P2 is coming, right? So this is not the right way and easy way to solve the problem, and you actually indirectly you cause the problems of high cost of living, right? And you say, oh, we sort people, then you bring in foreigner. Yes, good. We must have foreigner, but when you do bring in foreigner, please make sure, because human resource is our most important and resources, right? So when you bring in something, you make sure that our people also have the competence to compete and in the fair platform. Look here, our people going to NS 2 years, and that happen to be a job opportunity. The foreign come in, take that pay. Then 2 years come out, our NS boy, what they study forgotten. Right? They got paper but no knowledge, forget our knowledge. So we should have provide free university education for the NS boy who is qualified to enroll in the university to obtain the fresh degree, a new degree have the equal playing field to compete with the foreigner. Then then where the money come on? Easier, your father money? No, it's not. Look here, the PMETs that come in using EP today is no levy. We should impose levy on this group of people. If you are really expert, come in to bring new technology and train our people to be the leaders of expertise in that industry, fine, no levy. But you are coming as a middle manager, which our people can actually take up that position, then should be a levy. And this kind of levy that we collected, if based on the current number, we could be made likely $2 billion. Use that $2 billion to pay for the school fees. Right? It's fair because our people sacrifice 2 years to protect the country, and well, you can't here because we are serving the NS. That's why you can have a stability, a safe place to work. Right? So it's fair that you have to pay the levy and to the NS people, and right? So that they come out, they have a university degree to compete with the foreigner.
So you mentioned about the NS. So I suppose the NS is necessary.
Yes,
right.
You have to because put it this way, if a country don't have their own self-defense force, anyone will just come in and whack you. That's life and facts. So we must have our own defense force that not going to attack people, but deter them from coming. Right? That one we should not say scrap NS. I think that's not that one. The brain must go and adjust a bit. Right? So and also look at our NS allowance, $700 so lower than the McDonald's staff. Is it fair? They sacrifice, and also the cost of living. They got to cope with the cost of living, right? If they cannot, then they will ask parents for money. So indirectly, you add burden to the parents. So the NS allowance should have matched with the minimum wages.
I see.
And if the NS men have no worry about financial problems, because I have ever have a army mate, he AWOL. Why? Because he married early and he need to support his wife and the newborn baby. And NS that kind of allowance how to support. So AWOL, he go and work outside. Now I think, and I don't know today this type of case still exists. I believe There is, but I don't know what is the number.
Yeah.
But whether it exists or not, I think we have to be fair.
Actually, a small number because getting married such a young age, I mean, it's not common.
No, but whether it's big number or small number, we have to be fair to our own boy that they go for NS to defend our country.
Yeah.
If they don't defend our country, do you think that we have a peaceful mind to work? Or do you think the investor will come in? Right? So whether it's the number is big or small, I think we have to be fair. Pay them a decent wages that they can survive and cope with the cost of living.
So you previously quoted that you would like to work with the Workers' Party. So will your voters get to see any chance of collaboration with them?
Look here, what is SDA? The SDA is actually an alliance that would like to work with any political party for the good of Singapore and also to be inclusive, to protect our social welfare or those who are marginal and need help. Because always remember, one group of people only think like that, but you have different group of people come in, you have a better idea to help this group of people. Right? However, this is what we hope to and what we're looking out for. But then they have their own priority, right? I think it's okay. It's okay. Every leader have their own thinking and own thought and priority. And I think everyone actually on their own judgment. You can see that Worker Party is actually working on their own isolation, right? So be it. Right? They will be responsible for their own action, and we have to be responsible for our own action or our cause.
So do you have any message for your voters?
For our voters, this is the time that do you want to continue to be the sandwich group where no matter how you work, your money never enough. If you think that you should put a stop and prosper together with the nation, then your voice should be another group of people represent them in the parliaments.
So for Desmond, if you are elected this time, what kind of policies you would be focusing on?
Okay, as I mentioned, Singapore, the greatest resources that we have is human resource. And look at, we are having actually wasted our own resources and bring in people. How many of them at the mid-age and lost their job or been retrenched and cannot find back the same kind of position or same kind of job? And not too bad, go for the skill future. And then the skill future, the kind of course that they come out is not actually match their experience, knowledge and qualification. So it's not right. We should make good use of our own resources, our own Singapore talents. It's not that Singapore have no talent. Your university is top 10 in front. Then people 100 over, like people come in, CEO. So are we neglecting our own resources? So first thing is that we're talking about our policies about our own people. How to create more job opportunity, how to help our people to able to be more entrepreneur in case they can actually do their own business. And I think to have more individuals to go into the entrepreneurship is also a good thing, that we don't rely too much on the government-linked company, right? And look at Taiwan, all private self-entrepreneur, and they can sustain through. Or the Chinese cornering them and everything, they're still doing well. Because they have the facilities, they have nowhere to find to survive.
So for Desmond, I have a question for you. So what do you think is the biggest challenge for Singaporeans right now, and how do you think you can help them, especially for people from the younger generations?
Yeah. The bigger challenge today is a high cost of living and good job opportunities, right? So to overcome this, what we need to do is actually, we should, first thing, of course, you have to equip them for the position they can fill in. Right? Secondly, we have to get our own local business, build the networking, right? To fill up all these people on, because you don't forget, every business there is a supply chain, right? And certain supply chain, certain stage, you can actually put our people in, right? Not rely on import. And then you start to, the tariff. Tariff. Yes, tariff. The US tariff. But at this moment, you are the governments. You have entered an agreement with US. You go and talk first. Don't go and tell people about problem. We don't want to hear problem. We want you to take action and go and solve the problem. Until you cannot. We Singaporeans are very patriotic. Anything, we will always come together for the defense of Singapore, for the betterment of Singapore. So you go and solve your problem first. Don't tell us the problem. But what they did now is tell everybody this is a problem. You create anxiety. I think this is not good because mental wellness is very important. We have a program for if we are elected. We also have this mental wellness for our residents and make sure that they can cope with their daily stress and also how to plan a more quality lifestyle.
So next question is for you guys. So what do you like to do in your free time?
Yeah. So during my free time, I usually go for walks with my 2 dogs. I have a Yorkshire Terrier and a Pomeranian.
Wow.
So
cute.
this is my Yorkshire Terrier.
Cute.
Yeah. So I just I go for walks with my dog, and I also do some sports. Despite my height, I don't play basketball. I just want to make it clear to everyone. But I do play tennis, and I'm quite a tennis fanatic. Yeah.
For me,
Desmond? Yeah.
when I have free time, I will take this opportunity to drive my son to school or back from school or anywhere he want to go, because the only time that he have to be in the car, listen to me, and we talk. When when the kids is growing up, they your own friend. They have their own program, right?
How old is your
13 years old.
Right.
When they are younger, daddy, where you go, they follow. Even I do charity, they follow. Right? Now, come? No, I got friend appointment and all this. So the only time that I can spend with him and talk to him and understand what is happening to his school project and all this is inside the car. You have to listen and share.
I see. So now we're going to play a little game. So we're going to test about how well you guys know Gen Alpha slang. Okay? So in my hands, I have a few cards and each one of them contains one slang word. So you guys can randomly pick one and then try and guess what it means. What is it? What's the word?
A trend of the toys, right? Soft toy. That I think before the election, the PAP are giving away, and then there's a copyright, and then they change to ban.
I know. So the word is Delulu.
Delulu.
He mistake it for Labubu.
No,
Labubu. Oh, you thought it was Labubu.
So I believe it's delusional. Right?
Yes, that is delusional. How
Hamster
try
game.
another one?
I'm still not that old.
Do you guys own Labubus?
My niece still, but not my son.
I see. Okay, let's try another one. What's the word?
Tea.
Tea.
Isn't it a drink?
Isn't it a drink? How about you try and guess what it means?
I got no idea.
An idea? How about Desmond? You try and guess. What does tea mean in Gen Z slang?
Have a break.
Honestly. Oh.
Okay, so tea is it means gossip. So like for example, someone's like, oh my god, I have tea. Or like, spill the tea. Yeah, so
High
something.
tea, I have high tea.
High tea. I see.
That's a good one.
So, should we try one more? Have a little bit of time. Okay.
Sigma.
Sigma.
What's Sigma?
What is Sigma? What do you guys think?
Getting too old for this. That's why I'm joining the politics.
Don't talk about it.
Not too sure. Stigma? No.
Can I ask my son?
Yes, I think your son would know actually. So actually this word is very peculiar in my opinion. Like there's no fixed definition. It's just like a vibe that the word gives. Like, oh my god, that's so Sigma. You're so Sigma. But it has like a very positive meaning, you know. So like I guess
So cool.
yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
You're so Sigma, that kind of thing.
Me joining politics is Sigma.
Alright, moving on. So I have a question for the both of you. So what's your proudest moment in public service?
Okay. To me, whether whatever I do, it have to benefit the community at large. Example, when I visit this block 614 Elias Road, and there's this senior ladies. When you look at the tables, they have she have a different type of bread on it. So I said, I'm so curious, you eat so many? Yeah, every day I just eat one time. When I said, why? I said, because her son working, right? Only nighttime coming. So she said, daytime, if I cook, I will alone. A lot of wastage if I cannot consume, right? So I bought the bread and I just have different taste. Okay, then okay. So because of her, we initiated a free meal program around at the block to actually encourage her to come out to have the free meal, proper meal, healthy meal. Well, nighttime then you cook for your son and you eat together. And this program till today is still essay. And we have more and more elderly walk out from the house. And this program is no longer feed the stomach, but it create the community bonding and caring. Why? Because our volunteers will look out if those old folks that never come down to collect the mailbox after certain hour, they went out and see. And even that there's one incident that one of the senior ladies was collect on the floor. If you're waiting for the parents, the children to come back, I don't know what happened. So she's fine now. She's fine now. So this is what I think that I'm very proud of, because the initiative that can actually help not only the senior citizens, but put their children at ease and focus on their job. And this will help the company to increase the productivities, right? And it's good for our economy also. And also their job will be safe because they can focus. So I think this is what I felt, that at least a group of people are benefiting from this initiative.
What about you? What's your proudest moment?
Stepping up this general election. Yeah, so I think at my age, or rather those younger than me, I receive a lot of support or words of encouragement telling me that they are very inspired by my move to come out for this election and to run as a politician at such a young age. And I'm quite proud of myself regardless of the results. And I believe that, if I can step up to show that a corporate worker, or someone who's not the top of the class can be a politician and make a difference, whether I win or not, some other individual in the near future will also have this courage, right, to say that if Yun Kai is able to step up with what he has and to show that he has the passion to serve the people, then maybe they will also step up. And whether is it at the end of the day, if they can contribute, hopefully they can, and then if they can't, at least they show that they have the passion to serve the people.
That's really nice and inspiring.
Yes.
So
Wish you all the best.
all the best.
Future MP.
So what does the ideal Singapore look like to the both of you? And how can young Singaporeans like myself be more involved in building this vision for you guys?
Yes.
The ideal Singapore is to be harmony living environments where everyone can accept each other strength and weaknesses, and those who are weaker than another person or not performing better, give them encouragement and not further criticize them and then condemn them and push them one side. As I am the victim of that, but the thing is that we should not be that way. We should not be elitism or thinking, because everyone at every level and is very important for a society, a nation. So it could be what I want to see and hope to see a Singapore where everyone can live harmony with different kind of race, different kind of religion, and then everyone would encourage each other and help each other. We grow together, and not I go up, you better go stay there or don't come out because you are not better than me. That should not be the way, because Singapore is belong to everyone. You, me, everyone. So everyone have a right to be inside. We have a minister say, "Oh, not happy, pack up and go." That is not the right way of telling your own people, not happy, pack up and go. You say, "Oh, okay, you're not happy. Why are you not happy?" Listen to them, and then that is what the politician and the public office holder should do. Listen, what, and not tell them off. Right? And that is not the Singapore I want. What I say. Everyone have the tolerance, harmony, and acceptance. Plus, very important for the youngster to be involved, because they have to involve, because this country belongs to them. They have to involve, and so that they can make sure that there is accountability, there's transparency, there's responsibility in place, and this place will be good because the core value is there for everybody.
Okay, what about for you?
Yeah, so I think I also echo what Mr. Desmond Lim says. I think I hope to see a Singapore that is more gracious, more respectful to each other, right? And also, I think one of the incidents that actually pushed me to come up for politics was actually the incident with Mr. Tan See Ling and Mr. Lim Bak Chuan, right? It's like bullying or calling names at the highest level, right? And this happened in Parliament, and I felt that Mr. Lim Bak Chuan wasn't well protected, right? I think that more could have been done during that time, and then I also previously was also a bit of like a victim of bullying, right? And you realize that there's quite a lot of bullying case coming out from schools, and then,
Yes.
so if the parliament is doing it, right, and definitely when it trickles down, then you see a lot of disrespectful behaviors, and all I want to see is like a gracious Singapore that accepts everyone for who they are, right? Like if you believe in something, you can go ahead and do, right? It's just that you don't need to go and say, hey, there's no future in this or what, and if you have nothing good to say, then just don't say. If you have something good to say, then you can encourage people, right? So I think hopefully the Singapore will be more gracious, right? Singaporeans will be more gracious, and then of course I also wish to have a Singapore that people would look forward to retiring in, right? It's not that for example, I have a lot of friends who say, I can't take it anymore and I'm going elsewhere, right? And that's the difference between me and them, is that I decide to step up this general election, and hopefully people can see my actions and what I'm fighting for. And then of course I'll make a change in the parliament as much as I can, right? I mean, one seat, there's limited power, but then there's still the reason I will be there for them.
To add on, actually we should encourage our youngsters to say out. Don't afraid of mistake. Just share out your thinking, your view, your idea. And same time, our social media, our media should be more open and free to actually publish articles that actually have value to our people, that can help our people to know what is their right and what should not be do, and what is better for Singapore. Right? Not by all control. Only I can say, you cannot say, and then that's something is not good for creativeness and innovation.
See. So for your final question, so is there any last piece of advice that the both of you would like to give to young Singaporeans?
Yeah, okay. As I just mentioned, first, because our education system, you feel that lousy. Example, my son got 90%. She never look at the 90%, she look at the 10%. Why you never do good for that 10%, right? I think we should change the mindset. Look at whether 60%, 50%. Look at 60%. Do well, next time do and go for another 40%. That should be the way. Instead of just look at the mistake and not giving the encouragement that what he have achieved. We should learn to how to celebrate the culture of celebrating what we have achieved, be it big or small.
Yeah.
Right? So these are things that where I say tell whoever listening or watching, do not afraid of a mistake or failure. Just do it. You don't try it, you will not experience. When you experience, it will help you to improve.
That's nice. What about you?
Yep. So I think for young viewers out there, I would just like to say that you can follow your passion and try to do what you think is right and what is follow your heart basically, right? Don't be afraid to fail, right? Like what Mr. Desmond Lim say. And at the end of the day, whether you succeed or whether you fail, it's all an experience, and you can always learn from experience.
That's really nice. Okay, that's all we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you, guys.
today.
Yes.
Thank you.